It's time for the entertainment news. We start off with this crazy one. Megan Thee Stallion addresses 2020 shooting involving Tory Lanez. Megan Pete, popularly known as Megan Thee Stallion, just had her first televised interview where she opened up about the 2020 incident where it was alleged that she was shot in the foot by fellow rapper Daystar Peterson, popularly known as Tory Lanez. The rapper revealed this in an interview with Gayle King on CBS Mornings, where she talked about the traumatic experience that left her fearing for her life. Take a look.
There was an argument in the car?
It was an argument because I was ready to go and everybody else wasn't ready to go. But that's like normal friend stuff. Like, we fuss about silly stuff all the time. But I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
It shouldn't have escalated to the way that it did.
So I get out the car and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming. He said, "Dance, bitch." And he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times. And I was so scared.
So is he in the car shooting from the car, Megan?
He is standing up over the window shooting. And I didn't even want to move. I didn't want to move too quick, like, because I'm like, oh my God, if I take the wrong step, I don't know if he can shoot something that's like super important. I don't know if he could shoot me and kill me. Like,
were you afraid for your life at that time?
I was really scared because I had never been shot at before.
In another part of the interview, Megan also spoke about why at first she told police that she stepped on glass instead of revealing that she had been shot in her foot. She said, and I quote, "I didn't want them to kill any of us or shoot any of us, so I just said I stepped on glass. For some reason, I was just trying to protect all of us because I didn't want them to kill us. Even though the person just did this to me, my first reaction was still to try to save us. I didn't want to see anybody die, so I just said I stepped on glass." There has since been a lot of back and forth about who pulled the trigger the night of the incident. Megan said it was Tory Lanez, but Tory continues to maintain his innocence, and some people have mentioned Megan's former best friend, Kelsey Nicole, who was also present that night. In text messages obtained by CBS News, it was revealed that the night of the shooting, Kelsey herself texted Megan's security guard, writing, and I quote, "Help, Tory shot Meg," end quote. The LA County's DA's office has since charged Tory Lanez with one count of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and one count of carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. The DA also alleges Tory inflicted great bodily injury. If convicted, Tory Lanez could face up to 22 years and 8 months in prison. Tory maintains his innocence and pleaded not guilty to all charges. Why? Okay, I have a problem. If this case is still in court, why is Megan Thee Stallion granting an interview and talking about it?
Because it's around her. I don't know.
No, when you have a case in court, you don't go about saying things.
You allow the law to take its course.
But this is not the first, second, third, 15th, 1000th time it has happened. And
it can backfire.
It can backfire, but and I think that what you're saying, it might maybe persuade the jury to feel a certain type of way about what they are saying. But it is her story, and she's coming out to.
So you go to the court and say your story, not in an interview.
That seems to be the new.
And let the judge decide.
That's the new tell-all. Everybody's coming out on red tables and pink tables, black tables.
When they don't have a case in courts, they just want social media or online
to run with the story.
You know.
I would still say it. I saw this interview that night with Kylie Jenner and Kelsey, Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and immediately I heard the story. I just knew there was one drama that was brewing when they were partying and swimming in that swimming pool. In this interview, Gayle King went on asking, "Do you have any sexual relationship with Tory Lanez?" And it took Megan Thee Stallion a while to say no. Now, what I figured out from this story, I'm not a judge, I'm just one guy, right?
Come on, tell us.
Investigator.
Detective.
So, jealousy happened here. It's either
a crime of jealousy.
Yeah, it's either I was thinking it was Megan Thee Stallion and Kylie Jenner, that probably there was one jealousy somewhere with Tory Lanez. But right now, Megan Thee Stallion is not cool with her bestie right now. They're no longer friends. So maybe Tory Lanez had something to do with Kelsey. And somebody got jealous.
Somebody found out.
Or Tory Lanez had something to do with Kylie Jenner, and somebody got jealous, and the argument happened. Well, according to Megan Thee Stallion, she's just friends with Tory Lanez. Her mother died, his mother died, they bonded over that conversation, and nothing sexual.
Interesting stuff. However you put it, I think that somebody is just traumatized here because she mentioned that she has never been shot at before. Even if you have been shot at before, I don't think it is a pleasant occurrence. So, somebody will be traumatized. I think it is just totally wrong. I don't know whether I should say that some youthful exuberance came into play and all of those. And especially when you think that some people are adults already and that they should get their acts together and they behave this way, all in the name of hip-hop, you know, for the culture, we are high and all
Gangster
that.
business.
I would never, ever get it.
I must say Megan Thee Stallion tried.
I think
because after the whole incident, when she lied that she stepped on glass and everything, they were running with that story till Tory Lanez, Coconut Head, now started putting up stuff on social media, and she just got angry, like, guy, you shot me. I'm trying to cover up for you.
And that's the reason why I don't have a problem with her doing the video. Because if at the time, because you have to also consider that these are American black people, right? Black Americans.
It can change.
And it could change. She's probably thinking they're being psychologically conditioned to feel like, oh my goodness, the police is getting involved. Somebody could actually die. I don't want this person to die. For her to actually, in that point in time, still cover up for him shows that her mindset is pure. That's the way I see it. If she's coming out to say, this is what happened to me, hearing her interview, as Honeypot says, she sounded very, very traumatized.
Oh, no.
She did.
Because of the pauses and, you know, they do these things regularly.
So you think she's acting?
I was watching Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's trial yesterday, and you just see Amber Heard.
So I have nothing to say to I actually watched a documentary of Oprah Winfrey and Viola Davis. She has a book out, and you know she was talking about her childhood and all that. So I think I've seen too many people being emotional that these days those things don't survive. I don't buy those things.
Acting.
Wow.
You know, say.
Wow.
You know that? I'm sorry.
Wow.
I am so sorry.
It's possible. It's possible that it's true.
I am so sorry.
Acting they happen. So.
Wow.
I am so sorry.
Nothing else to say.
I mean, bad people have spoiled everything.
I'm just keeping our fingers crossed. I want to see where how all of this will pan out. If Tory Lanez will eventually go to jail, or they will just kick the.
Or if they would ever become friends again, or maybe. Okay.
Megan, you know I love you. Look at your current boyfriend.
You definitely do not love her.
Please, let's move on already. I don't have time for this.
Can't you see my...
I do not have time for this.